Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. In today's show, I got a six-pack of Raiders news and rumors that I'm ready to crack open for you. And the way that I'm going to start this show off is I'm going to talk a little about Jadeveon Clowney because I've been getting asked by so many people, will the Raiders go out and trade for Jadeveon Clowney? So here's the thing. A Clowney trade is coming soon. People are talking. We talked about it a little bit. Tom and I did yesterday on NFL Daily. So here's the report. The Dolphins, they were interested in Clowney, or are interested in Clowney. But Clowney, according to another report, wants to play for either the Seahawks or the Eagles because he wants to play for a winning team. And sure, the Dolphins, not really a winning team. But another cherry on top, he just fired his agent, and a trade, it could be coming soon. This is why I'm going to bring this one up. The Raiders won't trade for Jadeveon Clowney. This one's 3 Chucky heads, and I think it's pretty likely. And now, I can't make it 4 Chucky heads because, well, I don't really know if I thought that they were going to trade Khalil Mack, and that one happened. But here's the thing. I'm giving this one 3 Chucky heads, and this one is pretty likely. I'm going to say like 80 to 90% chance that they just don't go out and get for Clowney. But when you look at what Clowney's done the last 4 years, I understand some of the excitement. I mean, he was a former first overall pick in 2014. But the fact that he's never had a 10-sack season, and he's played next to Merciless, and he's played next to J.J. Watt is a reason why this is a guy that I'm not really overly crazy about. Plus, let's think about this. I think the Raiders are actually pretty excited with their defensive line. And the other thing with Jadeveon Clowney, the dude wants to get the bag. Now, Tom and I, we put these numbers together. You guys know that I'm not the best with math, so shout out to Tom for helping me out with this. 5 years, $100 million. Guaranteed around 60, and he's going to be looking to get $20 million a year. That's not the money that I really want to invest in a player who sometimes, well, I think is a little bit lazy. And I'm confident in our defensive line that we have this year that's been playing, well, pretty solid. Cleveland Ferrell stepping up. Arden Key has looked great. And then you have Hankins, Mo Hurst, Max Crosby. I'm expecting big things. Now, I don't think that those players are up to the caliber of Jadeveon Clowney. But with that being said, I don't want a player who I don't know if is going to buy into this system, and I don't need another player who might not show up every single day and give it his all. Man, because I am absolutely fed up with that, and I already know that John Gruden would not, and let me repeat that, John Gruden would not put up with that bullshit. So, I'm very, very pleased to be able to announce this. Who wants to go to Monday Night Football? Raiders versus the Broncos, Week 1. Who wants to go? Type me in the comments section if you want to go. Raider Nation store, shout out to y'all. They hooked me up with these Raiders versus Broncos Monday Night Football tickets. I have 1 ticket, and I am going to give this one away. So type me in the comments section. So here's the thing. This is how you're going to end up getting the tickets. Okay, Raiders versus Broncos Week 1 ticket giveaway. The first thing you got to do, you need to subscribe on YouTube. You have to subscribe to the Oakland Raiders Report on YouTube. You see it below? It's youtube.com/Raiders Report. Once you subscribe on YouTube, give me a follow on Instagram, @Mitchell Renz 365. So you do the first one, that counts as a point. Do the second one, that counts as another point. 2 points. We're doing well. Then you got to follow me on Twitter, @Mitchell Renz 365. It's pretty simple, right? The more of these you do, the more points you get and the better chance that you have of going to Monday Night Football. The last one, you need to share this video on Facebook. YouTube, Facebook, I'll just say this might be a little bit more important than following me, but if you do all 4 of these, each action equals 1 entry, okay? So 4 entries is better than 3, 2, or 1. Now here's the thing. Raiders, Broncos, Week 1 ticket giveaway. If this goes well, people are talking. I might be able to give a ticket away on every single week of the Raiders Report. So if you guys want to go to the game, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the videos. Give me a follow, and you'll see other ways to do it. Now, here's another thing. If you want to send me a screenshot because you're like, Mitch, look, I did it, it's an extra bonus point, and I'm going to give you a clap and maybe a handshake. So, Raider Nation, I want you to just do it, baby. Send me a screenshot that you did all 4 of those things that I just asked. That way you get 4 entries. And then we'll announce the winner next week sometime, which I'm really, really excited to do. So shout out to Raider Nation store. They've hooked us up with some awesome shirts here. They're also hooking you guys up with some Raiders tickets, so go give them a follow as well at Raider Nation store on IG. Let's get back into the rumors here. Are the Oakland Raiders trading for Ezekiel Elliott? Y'all make me laugh. This one's 0 Chucky heads. Tuck rule, tuck that. And I'm going to say this one time. The Raiders are not going to trade for Ezekiel Elliott. It makes no sense for the Raiders to do, and I get it. There's articles out there right now that say the Raiders are interested in Ezekiel Elliott. But we went out and drafted Josh Jacobs in the first round. And now I will say Zeke would be the best running back on our team. But there is something about saying that we're going to play in Las Vegas and Ezekiel Elliott that I do not want to deal with. That is a headache bigger than Antonio Brown could ever be. So I get that you guys are excited because Zeke is a great running back. It's a headache that I don't want. And I was sent this one tweet in particular, I'm going to say by about 20 people. It was a fake tweet saying that the Raiders traded for Ezekiel Elliott. Guys, look at the @ handles. Look for the blue check mark. You need to look for these little things because just because someone that looks like Ian Rappaport tweets out something, it doesn't mean it actually happened. So this was the tweet that I had a whole bunch of people send me. And an absolute shocker, the Cowboys have traded star running back Ezekiel Elliott to the Raiders for 2020, 2021, and Hunter Renfrow. To be honest, I would turn down that trade very, very quickly. That is a trade I would not want to do. But look, I get it. The picture, it looks like Ian, but the @ handle is not @Ian Rapsheet or whatever the heck his name is. I should probably not follow him. Rapsheet, according to Tom. So guys, here's the thing. I just don't understand the trade for Zeke. I'm going to say zero Chucky heads, Tucker will tuck that. And whoever heavy.com is, whoever wrote this bullshit, do not listen to them, okay? Please do not listen to them. All right, so trade. We got to get another one. I'm getting heated. This is actually going to make me just as upset as well. Is Antonio Brown a top 5, or Antonio Brown not a top 5 wide receiver? This one's again, Tuck rule, tuck that. I saw Stephen A. Smith put out his top 5 wide receivers yesterday. And yeah, I saw a lot of people sent me this, and I couldn't believe the fact that he didn't make Antonio Brown a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. I'm sorry, but I think Stephen A. Smith is just a freaking idiot. And if you listen to Stephen A. Smith even a little bit in terms of football, it just makes absolutely no sense to me. So this is what Antonio Brown has done the last 4 years. Guess what? Those are pretty freaking good numbers if you ask me. 2018, 15 touchdowns, a career high. He led the NFL with 15 touchdowns, 12 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns. Let me just say this. If you listen to Stephen A. Smith for football takes, that would be like you watching this show, and if it was called, I don't know, the Rocket Science Report by Mitchell Renz. Would you ever watch that? No, you would never watch it. So if you watch Stephen A. Smith talk about football, that makes zero sense. Zero Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that. So here's Stephen A. Smith's top 5 wide receivers. Julio Jones, I'm okay with. DeAndre Hopkins, all good. Michael Thomas, I'm okay. But like, for you to put Odell Beckham Jr., and for you to put Tyreek Hill over Antonio Brown makes me scratch multiple heads here, okay? So Stephen A. Smith is just a flat-out imbecile. It's blasphemy. I don't know other the weird words that this man uses. He's just a clown. And if you guys follow Stephen A., you need to undo it. You should block him. So the ones that I got really upset with are Odell Beckham Jr. These are Odell Beckham Jr. and Antonio Brown's stats the last 5 years. Sure, Antonio Brown's played more games, but I think being available makes Antonio Brown better than Odell Beckham Jr. But like targets-wise, not even close. Receptions, yards, touchdowns, it's not even close. It's Antonio Brown. And then you want to put Tyreek Hill over Antonio Brown. You want to put a dude who like beats kids over Antonio Brown? Steven, like, I'm really starting to wonder what you support in life. But, like, games played, less games played for Antonio Brown, but yet the targets are better, the receptions are better, the yards are better, the touchdowns are better. It makes absolutely no sense for you to put OBJ and Tyreek Hill over Antonio Brown. So here's my question to you. Is Stephen A. Smith an idiot? I want you to type TY for Tom, yes, or, oh shit, maybe I made a typo, maybe I didn't, TY for Tom, yes. Because Stephen A. Smith continues to put out things like this that just blow my mind. Heck, Stephen A., I don't know if you guys remember this, said earlier in the offseason that Hunter Henry had a great year and like went on air and talked about how great Hunter Henry was last year. Breaking news, the dude didn't play in a single game. Calm down. Let's talk about FanDuel because they've hooked me up here with something awesome, and I'm telling everybody who watches this show to play against me on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. You have to use that link, okay? So you have to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, and then you can join my Raiders-only FanDuel tournament. I only got like, I think 1 spot, maybe 2 spots left. I'll have to check my DMs. I know I got a lot of people asking me, but if you sign up and deposit, you'll get $20 for free with that first deposit. So we're going to give you some free money. You're going to be able to play against some other Raiders fans, and if you win, you're going to get some money as well. So go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, challenge me, and challenge the entire nation. Come on, that's what family's all about. Let's keep the rumors rolling here. Are the Raiders targeting Lane Taylor? I like this one. This one's 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. Now, a lot of times I go out there and I see what people are talking about. So I'll give a little bit of a shout out to Raiders Wire because I like this idea. So they threw together a nice little article saying that the Raiders could potentially target a veteran lineman because Mike Mayock has already told the media, okay, that he plans on searching on the waiver wire when other teams make cuts. Then according to ESPN's Rob Demonowski, or Demovsky, I can't pronounce words or names, the Packers are likely to move on from Taylor to save cap space. Now, here's the thing. He is only 29 years old, and he started 47 games at left guard and left tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Taylor, I think, would be a solid option, but, overall, I'm very confident in our offensive line. Ultimately, I think this would be a good fit, right? Because think about it. Denzel Good, I think he's an upgrade over him, over Jonathan Cooper, over Lester Cotton. These are a lot of other players that I think Lane Taylor would be an upgrade over. And if we're really trying to protect Derek Carr, I think going after a player like Lane Taylor would be pretty interesting. All right, next one. Marcel Aitman. Is he going to be going to the practice squad? I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads, and I think it's going to be pretty likely. So I did a 53-man projection. And I had a lot of people upset with me that I made Marcel Aitman on the practice squad, but I just think that flat out Keelan Doss outplayed him. And I think Keelan Doss deserves to make the team over a player like Marcel Aitman. So, originally, the Raiders wide receiver depth chart, as it looks, projected wide receiver depth chart is Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams, and Hunter Renfrow. This is what I projected happening. So, if you guys haven't watched the video already, go check it out, the 53-man roster. These are the wide receivers that I think make the team for the Oakland Raiders. Now, the fact that he is a likely bubble candidate, the fact that he's been outplayed by Keelan Doss, and I understand that he stepped up for us in Week 11, or after Week 11 last year. He had big shoes to fill. Brandon LaFell went down. Jordy Nelson was our number 1 guy. We traded Amari Cooper. Marcel Aitman last year in a pinch needed to step up. And I think Marcel Aitman is a good wide receiver. I really do. It's just there's a lot more talent on this year's team, especially at the wide receiver position, and I will wish Marcel Aitman the best. But if you're telling me right now it's between Marcel Aitman or Keelan Doss, which is kind of what I think it is, you got to go with Keelan Doss. I know Gruden loves him, so I'm going to go Keelan Doss over Marcel. But Marcel, I wish you the best of luck. So I also want to give a special shout out here to some top Facebook fans. I love y'all. So here's the thing. If you want to get a shout out on the show and you want to become a top Facebook fan, the more you like, the more you share, the more you comment on our videos at facebook.com/JustWinBabyRaiders, you're going to become a top fan. So Justin, Timothy, Drew, Adam, MC, cheers to you. And I want to give a special shout out to some of our top YouTube subscribers as well. Rubik's always commenting. Rubik, I appreciate you, Rubik. I will answer your questions. I appreciate your super chats. I see them. Jordan, Still, Dwight, or I guess Raiders fan forever. Top YouTube subscribers, same thing. The more you comment, the more you subscribe. The more you comment, the more you share even our videos on YouTube. That's a new feature. You become a top YouTube subscriber. All right, last thing I'm going to talk about is Darren Waller. Is he going to be a top 12 fantasy tight end? I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. So Sports Illustrated, they put out 12 bold predictions, and ultimately, I don't really know how bold it is to say Darren Waller is going to be a top 12 fantasy tight end, but I'll give it 2 Chucky heads because I think he's a talented player. And we know that he was rated the 4th best tight end on the Madden roster, which he said was okay with it, but I don't really agree with it whatsoever. He's no doubt our number 1 tight end. Gruden has also called him the best kept secret in the NFL. Heck, they talked to players from Hard Knocks. They said that nobody wants to cover this dude, but he also has a big opportunity because Jared Cook, who put up sick numbers last year, he's now with the Saints. 68 catches, 896 yards, 6 touchdowns. I'm not projecting Darren Waller to put up those type of numbers, but Jared Cook was really never anything until he became an Oakland Raider, and I know for a fact that Derek Carr literally just targets tight ends all day. But here are his career stats. You're not doing a lot. So this is why I think ultimately the bold prediction makes a little bit of sense. But from just an athletic profile, Darren Waller is an absolute athletic freak of nature, right? 4.46 40-yard dash, 37-inch vertical, 125-inch jump, broad jump, 11.35 60-yard shuttle. For those of you that don't know, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I love saying it. That's a faster 40-yard dash than DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. It's a better vertical jump than DeAndre Hopkins. It's a better broad jump than OBJ. It's a better 60-yard shuttle than Antonio Brown. Darren Waller is an athletic freak of nature. His biggest problem is being able to stay on the field and stay straight-minded. Long pause. See people looking at me here. I like Darren Waller a lot. He's a very, very talented tight end, and he's going to have a great opportunity this year. But when you hear this kid talk, this guy talk, good things are going to be happening here for Darren Waller. So, Raider Nation, I want you guys to DM me to join a Raiders-only fantasy football tournament, okay? So you can DM me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. You can DM me on Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. And I'm trying to get this fantasy tournament for Raiders fans only. So DM me the word like. Last thing before I go, I'm heading to San Diego this weekend. So if you want to meet up with me in San Diego, type 4 for Believe It, baby. Type 0 for Tuck Rule, Tuck That. I'll be in the comments section. Like, seriously, though, I will be in San Diego, and I want to be able to get together with as many people as possible. The first way that, though, if you want to get together with me, you can go to this. So the Raiders Fan Convention in San Diego, it's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be meeting a lot of people. Really excited about this event. From what it sounds like, there's going to be about 400 to 500 Raiders fans there in San Diego, St. Diego. So put it in your calendar, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Also, I'm going to be at Latchkey Brewing Company. So shout out to Latchkey Brewing Company. The guy who owns this place is a big Raiders fan. And he was like, hey, Mitch, heard you're going to be in San Diego. I want you to come out and have a few beers with me. So put this in your calendar if you want to grab some beers. Sunday, September 1st at noon. That's Pacific time. I'm going to be at Latchkey Brewing. So if you want to grab some beers, hit me up on IG or Twitter. We'll set it all up. I've been told maybe if you wear some Raiders gear, you get some free beers. So let's grab some beers. Latchkey Brewing Company. I'm headed to San Diego, but don't worry. Just because I'm going to San Diego, I'm still going to be doing a live video for cuts on Saturday. It'll just be via Skype. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.